Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Raw Cloud. In my previous video, I talked about how this video will be about the time that I went to the multiverse. But before then, I had a past life regression. So I'll talk about the past life regression that I done on myself. I went to a time before my current life now. But before then, let me explain how it all unfolded. So I woke up from a dream that I had, and I was laying next to my wife, and it had to be about six in the morning. I woke up from this dream. So I said to myself, I'm gonna have, well, I was gonna try to put myself on a self hypnosis, and so I laid back down next to my wife, and I asked for my spirit guides to come in. I asked for my higher self to take me to a significant time in the past to see a past life. I'd never done this before. I didn't even think it was possible that you can put yourself under a regression and go view a past life. So this had to be years before I was born. Had to be back in the early 70s. Had to be back in the early 70s. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about what it looked like. I'm going to go ahead and set the scene. So I go into, I'm looking at this country road, and I'm viewing everything from the sky. Not too far up, and I'm floating past these telephone lines, and I see a station wagon. Next thing I know, I see this owl, this bird, this huge owl. And at first, I thought that I was this bird, but it turned out that I was this small worm, little brown worm on the ground. And this owl has swooped down, picked me up, and began to eat me. And next thing I know, I'm seeing myself float up. And the person that was driving the station wagon, some young boy, Caucasian kid, he stopped the car and got out and looked up into the sky. And at first I thought he was viewing me, but he was watching this owl that had eaten me and then began to take flight. So I'm floating up, this little soul that was in this worm, little brown worm, and I come out of the this trance, this regression, and I'm thinking to myself, wow, man, that had to be a very short life. But what I gathered from that regression is me being that little brown worm before my current life now will set the stage for me being and knowing nature, knowing Gaia, Mother Earth, her vibrational signature, um, being that close to Earth, being able to understand how she functions, how she works, and how she is a being, a spiritual being, just like any other being, just like any other planet. So I thought that was real significant to have that past life as this little brown worm. It was a short life. Insects really do have a short life. So I wake up, I come out of this trance, and I immediately asked for another past life. I wanted to see something a little more. I wanted to see the extraterrestrial stuff. So I do the same thing. I asked my guys to come in. I asked for another significant time in the past for them to show me. Next thing I know, I'm surrounded by nothing but pitch black. And there's nothing there. Nothing. No stars, no sun, no moon, nothing. Just pitch black. And I go and I see all of these bubbles, all of these little golden bubbles. And it looked like DNA strands. All of these bubbles represented other versions of these timelines. Then I hear this female voice. I couldn't see her, but I can feel her presence. And she tells me to touch one of these bubbles. So I move a little close and I'm looking at all of these bubbles and I'm seeing inside of these bubbles as if I'm looking at a TV. And they're all the same people. That was this girl, this Caucasian female. She had to be um, young. I mean, she was young. I don't know the exact age she was, but she had to be in her 20s. So get ready to touch one of the bubbles, then I slowly move my hand back as if I was extremely cautious about touching this damn timeline bubbles. And there's like thousands of these bubbles all connected to each other. And then this female voice, she started to giggle and she said, "Don't worry, I will guide you." So I touched the bubble. I touched it. And then it opens up. And I'm seeing this girl. She was blonde, she had short hair. She had a dress that went down to her knees. And she's walking at night in this plaza, and I'm seeing her from behind. And she's happy, she's vibrant, she's just enjoying her walk through this town. And didn't really understand at first why I was there. But I'll tell you, because this was not a coincidence. I was brought there to that timeline to view this young girl. So my wife alarm clock rings and I'm hearing this. And I am instantly traveling at the speed, probably faster than the speed of light. And I'm seeing all of these stars, all of these planets just fly by me. And I'm flying at the speed of light sideways, like the same way that I was laying down in bed. I'm sliding through time and space, seeing flashes of light go by me. And these are planets. These are stars that I'm going by. And I'm hearing the guide saying something, but I'm not understanding because at this point, my wife alarm clock is drowning her voice out. And I can't, I know she has something to tell me. I knew I was there for a reason, but I can't hear her. And I know she has something important to tell me, the exact reason why I was there. So I was a little bit upset with my wife, but not too much because, she had to get up, get the kids ready for school, and I was not able to go back into that trance. Um, so so weeks go by, and I'm gonna tell you why I was there now. Weeks go by, and I'm on YouTube, and I'm looking at these, just skimming through YouTube, and I'm looking for people that know how to do past life regressions. So I go to this channel. I'm drawn to this channel. And I think it was a female channel. And she had blonde hair. And it was short. it didn't dawn on me at the time that the reason why I went to the multiverse, it was because she would need my help. It was the same girl. It was the same girl. But in the video, her channel, she was a lot older. I would say 10 years old. She had to be in her 30s, her late 30s maybe. And in her video, in her YouTube video on her channel, she's also talking to another guy, and he does the same thing. He does this past life regression, and they both have clients. So I'm watching this video, and I'm seeing all this distortion around them in the video, all this distortion. And I'm seeing all this archon energy around them. Both in this video, they both had archon energy, and these are supposed to be light workers. And they in this video, both of them holding a cigarette, smoking. And these are light workers. Smoking a cigarette, talking about their clients. But it didn't dawn on me until she started describing going to this place where all of these bubbles were. The same place that I went to view, was guided. She went there. And then instantly, I knew it was her. In the beginning of the video, did not know it was her. Did not dawn on me. But this is what I'm telling you. When your guides step in and they guide you to certain things, pay attention. Because what they are going to tell you will be very important later. So always remember, never take anything for granted. When you are connected to your guides, you might not understand everything that they're telling you right then and there. But from a higher spiritual perspective, you will see and you will know why you are on your spiritual mission. So back to the story. So as this blonde chick is explaining these baubles, she didn't know. As a spiritual worker, she did not know exactly what that was. So, and I'm seeing all of this archonic energy around both of them. So they had already been tagged. Probably reptilians tagged them and were throwing them off of their spiritual path. And the reason why the guide had this female guide guided me to her is it was because of that. I needed to get her back on path, back on her spiritual path. Because as light workers, we too, if we are not careful, we could be drawn in. And these archonic AI energies, even though they are subtle energies, if you don't fully understand how these archons work from these other realms, these other timelines, then you too, as a light worker, can be implanted and they can do these subtle changes to throw off your energetic field. Your energy will become like theirs. And as you have these clients like they have, these archons will begin to work through these now dark light workers. And as you begin to work with your clients, these reptilians also will tag their clients as well and bring down their energetic fields. They will throw their chakra system, their whole chakra system off. So I commented on her video and she immediately commented back, and I was explaining to her what was going on. And once an archon sees what you're doing, tempers will flare. Normally a light worker would take this information as valid because they know these energies exist. They know. But she became enraged. I know what I'm doing. I am a spiritual worker. And I stay peaceful. And I stay loving. And I'm trying to explain. And I told her about this arcana energy around her, this AI, and how it was distorting her own views. It was distorting. I can see this in her video. I can see them. When you have the ability to use your third eye, when you have the ability to see through time and space, you can see everything around you because it's energy. You will know instantly whether it's negative energy or positive energy because everything vibrates at its own frequency. Doesn't matter what it is, everything has a vibrational frequency. But I'm seeing this archon energy around her, and I'm trying to explain to her that my guides guided me to her. And I'm trying to explain to her where she was at as she explaining these bubbles that she went to. What that was, it was the multiverse. So she went straight to ego. And we all know as light workers, as you go into ego can be infiltrated. And these dark ones can ride your ego as if they are surfing on a wave, and you will have no idea that your conscience has been hijacked. You are no longer in control. You think that is you. But we all know as light workers, your ego overshadows your higher consciousness and will always lead you down the wrong path. So I begin to speak with her friend, and he comments, and he's patient. Even though there's archon energy around him, he's a lot more level-headed. And I told her, and I told him that they both had archon energy around them. And that these reptilians also I can see around them. And he said, because he started seeing her comments too, and I'm still speaking peacefully amongst the both of them. And he said that he will look into it. And then she began to calm down. I guess she noticed as a light worker, she saw her energy changing, and I was trying to explain to her what that was. They had infiltrated. They were already infiltrated. As soon as I'm not judging people that smoke. I'm not judging people that drink. But these are lower vibrational things. And what you put in your body would have a significant effect on your consciousness. Your body, your vehicle is supposed to be vibrating at a higher frequency. You're supposed to evolve your body as well as your soul. When you are smoking, when you are drinking, you are lowering the body's frequency. You're lowering your conscience. So you must keep these things in mind. What you put in your temple will affect it. And your body, your mind, can be infiltrated. These things are gateways for lower vibrational entities to attach to you. And they will throw you off of your path. That's what they do. They are jealous. A lot of these entities are jealous of your way of life. They are jealous of your mission. They are jealous because they don't even have a body. And not all lower vibrational entities have the same mission, but it's all going to come out to be the same goal that they are trying to do. They feed off your energy. They throw your chakra system off so that you don't reach a higher spiritual ascension. They want to hold you, for whatever reason, back. It's just like crabs in a bucket. They will pull you down. And they truly, if they can infiltrate a light worker, a light warrior, if they can turn you, they will. They will try to turn you. So I'm urging all of you light workers to stay on your path. Earth is not easy. It is not easy. We have a long road ahead of us. But I can say, on a planetary wise situation, these events that are unfolding, we are on a positive timeline. And Earth is growing. Gaia is changing. She is going through an ascension process because it's time. And she wants to experience this ascension with all of us on board. She could have shook us off a long time ago and be like, you know what, you guys are not ready, you're holding me back. But she knows that she is the mother, and any good mother would never leave her children behind. So she's taken us on this ride, and it's going to be a long process. And as we all go through these spiritual growth, we're going to have these pains. We're going to fluctuate back and forth between third dimension and fourth dimension. We are in fourth. There's no doubt about that. And like I said in the previous videos, fourth density is mainly controlled by the Anunnaki. So if you're going through a hard time, just know that this timeline is currently under the control of the Anunnaki. But regardless, because of the love that we have for each other, for our family and friend, is raising. The control systems are breaking here, just like we was breaking them in third density. They needed war. They needed drama. They needed anger. They needed people to be in fear so that they can feed off of that energy. They can feed off that energy. It's always been like that for them. We are in a phantom matrix system. It was created by them. They stepped away from God. And when you step away and you start to feed off of other life forms for their energy, you no longer have the capacity. You no longer have that spiritual abundance. It's like being on drugs. It's a drug to them. And what happens to drug addicts when you take drugs away from them? They go through withdrawals. And that's exactly what's happening to them. But in this case, they would turn back to stardust, and they will have to start completely over. And doing that and returning back to source, they will return back to source God. But how they return will be a long process, not the way that we're doing it. We're absolutely doing it through the right spiritual laws. And that is going through this human experience, learning to evolve, learning how to get along with each other, learning what it's like to be human as a spiritual being. We're doing it the right way. We're not only evolving this human species, but our soul are ascending. So I'm going to get back to this girl, this light worker. The whole time that I was there talking to her, I was hoping that, she could realize what's going on. I never returned to the channel. I felt like my work was done there. I knew why I went to the multiverse, why I was led to go to the multiverse. And I knew why I was led to her channel. Everything lined up. So hopefully, as her and the guy, they got the message. And hopefully they're back on these timelines, these positive timelines as a light worker. This is what we do for each other. It's not going to be easy, but we look out for each other. Just like we look out for the human race, it is our job to do our part here. And for those that are not awake, fine. It's okay. Everybody has a piece to the puzzle, and everybody has their time to awaken. You might not get what I'm saying now, but maybe, hopefully, later, you'll see these things unfolding. Just don't be closed minded. Don't hold your own self back. There's enough information out here that you can research and begin to put your own puzzle together. You don't have to go as deep as light workers. It's our job, it's our mission to go where a lot of people are just afraid to look. It is our job to go there and look for you and then bring this information back to you. Before I end this video, I want to talk about the Lyrians. I've been having visions of the Lyrians. Their energy is prevalent around the earth. So I want to talk to the Lyrians right now. I honor you. I love you and I respect you. I know you are helping Earth raise in frequency. I thank you. And I thank all of humanity. From the ones that are not woke to the ones that are. I still thank you. And the best is yet to come. Like I said, we are going to go through these growth pains. Let's do it together. Let's not let our minds be infiltrated by these lower vibrational thoughts. Do not live in fear. Fear nothing in life. Love each other without hate. The next video, I want to talk about the Sasquatch I interface with. For those diehard Sasquatch fans, I only communicated with one, only once, and I'll talk about that next time. And then I'll decide what the next video will be about. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. And just know you're loved. regardless. And we are all in this together. I don't care what color you are, it doesn't matter. And for all you guys that are trying to figure things out, check out Alba Wyman channel, Past Life Regression. Like I said in the previous video, I would love to have a regression done. I have not. I'm just thankful I have the ability to go and be guided to see my past lives. And that brings me to the thought, I also want to talk about another past life I've seen. You guys will get a kick out of that one. But until then, thank you, thank you, thank you. And have a great day.